to a discussion of A Course of Love. I'm Teri Angel here with my co-host Karen Palmer. Hi, Karen.
Hi.
And we have Auntie Jean
Welcome, everyone.
and Charlie Charman.
Good evening and welcome, everyone.
So we're going into chapter 9. We've decided we're going to start from the beginning of that chapter and just go through it. Karen, would you do a short meditation to get us into our hearts for this, please?
Okay. Sure. So let's just close our eyes for a moment and just take that nice slow breath, bringing all of our awareness into the heart of harmony, the home of truth, so that as we read this chapter together, we have pure, honest, absolute clarity, and we rest, restoring energy silently this instant. And as we come back, we're just going to remain in the heart and just have an opportunity to express from our heart.
Yes, yes. So for those who are tuning in for this part, we're just going to go through and read this chapter. We'll take it a section at a time and see if there's any comments, any musings about the words that are in the chapter. It's chapter 9, The Prodigal Son. So who would like to begin the reading tonight?
I'll read the first paragraph. Okay.
Thank you, Jean.
You wonder how it can be said that your heart is not deceived when it seems so often to deceive you. It seems as fickle as your mind, telling you one thing one day and one thing the next. Even more so than your mind, it seems to lead you astray, forcing you to walk through paths full of danger and treachery into the deepest darkness instead of toward the light. It is your emotions rather than your heart that would do this. Emotions speak the language of your separate self rather than the language of your heart. They are the forward guard of your defense system, always on the lookout for what might hurt or slight the little you that they deem under their protection, or the other little self you deem under yours. But remember now how like to creation in form, if not in substance, what you have made is. Creation needs no protection. It is only your beliefs in the need for protection that has caused what you feel to become so clouded by illusion. If you felt no need to protect your heart or any of those bodies that you love, your feelings would retain their innocence and could not hurt you in any way. Now that was a real shocking. Okay, I've always thought emotions came from the heart. That's kind of the way we're brought up. It's to believe that the emotions come from the heart. And then the other thing, it's so true that they're in there as a defense to protect. I never thought about that. To protect that little one inside of you who might get hurt or might get slighted. So that 2 paragraphs was really enlightening for me. But not only that, it was a little hard to accept at first. And that's what I'm finding out about this chapter is I kind of get defensive about some of the things that are in it until I think about it, read it over, give it over to spirit, and then realize they're absolutely right. I'm absolutely wrong. And you know I don't like to be wrong. So
Well, there really is no right or wrong. There just
you know,
is.
but
But
you know, like, okay, the other night, I don't know if you want me to go into all this, but the other night you said some things to me that you probably realized that I kind of got defensive about. And afterwards, I thought about it and thought about it, and I said, she's right. She is so right. But my emotions was what came up first in defense, trying to avoid a slight or a hurt, even though it was a justified, well, not justified, but you know what I mean. It was a truth that I just had to face. So, anyway.
yeah, and I'm teaching this 3-month program, emotional empowerment, and I think the very first or second lesson was just this, that our emotions don't come from the heart. Our emotions come from our concepts, our beliefs, and then our reaction to whatever it is that we're thinking or we're learning or whatever's going on in our head. And that is a hard concept for people to grasp. But when I was studying emotional empowerment, emotional intelligence, that was where I first learned of this. And then when I read this chapter in the book, I'm going, oh, thank you for the confirmation.
Mhm, mhm. Well, you know, when I was in that class, so I know
You
I
are in
was
the
there.
class. Yeah.
I know, but I mean at that lesson, because I did miss one. But, you know, I'm telling you, sometimes the angels have to use a brick house with me.
Well, to reinforce it too, when you hear it more than
Yeah,
once, that's what they say. Pay attention when you hear it coming from more than one source.
that's true. That's true. Sometimes you have to, it's almost like you have to find it out for yourself. You know, you have to, of course, you have to accept it. That's what it is you have to accept it. Okay, do you want me to continue reading or
Well,
somebody else?
anybody else have any words about this
Yeah,
this section?
it's just hard to grasp that that's what it really is. You know, it's like you were trained for so many years that it comes from your heart, and it's hard to, just like Auntie Jean said, it's hard to throw that out, and like the emotions don't come from your heart. You know.
I wish I could find my graphic that I used in the class, and I would, because it demonstrates it really well.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll read the next one if you want.
Okay, Karen, did you have anything?
No.
Okay.
Okay. The desire to protect is a desire that arises from distrust and is based totally on fear. If there were no fear, what would there be to protect? Thus, all of your love, the love that you imagine, you keep within yourself, and the love that you imagine you receive and give, is tainted by your fear and cannot be real love. It is because you remember love as that which kept you safe, that which kept you happy, that which bound all of those you love to you that you attempt to use love here. This is a real memory of creation that you have distorted. Your faulty memory has caused you to believe love can be used to keep you safe, to make you happy, and to bind to you those you choose to love. This is not the case, for love cannot be used.
Another profound statement.
Yeah.
You know, how many, maybe I look at these things different from everybody else, but when I read that, I thought to myself, I wonder how many people stay in relationships because of that fear instead of
A
staying in,
lot. Yeah.
because it's true love. They stay in it as protection. If I have this relationship, then I have love, and love is what's going to keep me safe.
But it's really the false self that's saying that. It's the false self that wants the false sense of security. The real self, our true original innocent self, has no feeling but loved and wants to just give. And there's no looking to get it back. There's no lack. There's no lack in our true self. It's the false self that is using love as a defense mechanism, actually.
Yeah. That's even going into the energy
A
that it
human love
needs
using,
anything.
yeah, we're just that's just conditioning and programming. I mean, we watched our grandparents do it. We watched our parents do it. We watched, our friends' families do. And then we just followed unless we did some work on ourselves, unless we were aware that there was something more available to us, we just stayed.
Yeah.
I like what it says that our memory is faulty.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, it
Totally
is.
distorted. Totally
Yeah.
distorted.
Yeah, because sometimes it's like, you think something and then 5 minutes later you've forgotten that you thought that. So yeah, the memory, you can't rely on that as a true witness to anything that's real. That's why people are so good at using gaslighting. They make you doubt. They're like, oh, did I do
Absolutely.
that? I don't remember doing that. Did I do it and not remember it? And that's how we're able to be manipulated and controlled through that. So, Karen, do you want to read the next part?
Look around the room in which you sit
Oh,
and
you missed one.
9.4.
9.4.
okay, this is how you have distorted all relationship as well, making of it something that only becomes real in its use by you or to you. In your memory of creation, you have remembered that all things exist in relationship and that all things happen in relationship. Thus, you have chosen to use relationship to prove your existence and to make things happen. This use of relationship will never provide the proof or the action that you seek because relationship cannot be used. Look around the room in which you sit and take away the usefulness from each thing you see in it. How many items would you keep that you now look upon? Your body, too, was created for its usefulness. It sets you apart. just as each item in your room is set apart from what it is useful for. Ask yourself now, to whom is your body useful? This question does not apply to those for whom you cook or clean, those whose bodies you would repair or minds improve. The question is really, who might have seen a use for a body such as yours before it was created? What kind of creator would create it, and for what purpose? You did not create yourself, but your body you did create. It was created for its usefulness, just like every other object that shares the space you occupy. Think for a moment of what the creator of such a body would have intended the body to be. The body is a finite entity created to be self-contained, but also to self-destruct. It was created with a need for constant maintenance, a maintenance that requires toil and struggle. Each inch of its surface is a receiver and transmitter of information, yet it carries additional tools such as eyes and ears to enhance its communication and to control what goes in and what goes out. It is as susceptible to pain as to pleasure. It contains the means for joining, but for joining that is a temporary nature. It is as capable of violence as gentleness. It is born and dies in a state of helplessness. The body could not help but be thus, as it was made with dual purposes in mind. It was made to make real and then glorify a separated self. It was made to punish that separated self for the separation. But its creator had in mind what is reflected in the body: self aggrandizement and self effacement, pleasure and pain, violence and gentleness, a desire to know everything, but only through its own effort, a desire to see everything, but only through its own eyes, a desire to be known, but only through what it would choose to share. Alongside these desires, it is easy to see how a world such as that of the body developed. Alongside the desire to know what the desire not to know, alongside the desire to see was the desire not to see. Alongside the desire to share was the desire to be hidden. Alongside the desire to live was the desire to live no more. So that's the land of duality.
Exactly. Yeah. And you
we
know,
think the creator, we think that our beautiful creator who, no, that's not possible.
yeah. But that's what I've always said, that we all have the ability to be mean, to be cruel, to be negative. You know, we sometimes judge other beings when they do something that's horrible, but yet we all have that in us. That's what that one statement, I highlighted it. It is as capable of violence as gentleness. We all have it in there. It's how are we bringing it forth? How are we being more aware of our emotions so that we don't get triggered into something that's a violent act? You know, this is so important to realize this. And even though I've said it for many years, it's like seeing it there in black and white. It was like, oh, okay, I'm so glad somebody wrote that down, and put it out there for us.
We've always said that in gifted classes, because I used to teach gifted,
Yeah.
that their capabilities were so great, but they could use them for either good or they could use them for bad.
Mm-hmm.
That we had to in a way, help them realize that their capabilities are for good, that they were given these gifts to help and to be good. And that's for all of us. You know,
Yes.
it's for all of
Yeah.
us, like you say.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was something else I was going to say here, but let me see.
Go to
I
your
made
notes.
all these notes.
I know you did.
I know I was really amazed when I looked around the room and I looked for the things that were useful, of how many things I have that have no use.
Right. Or that you could do without, right? That you could live
I
without.
said, so why do I have them? Well, some of them, like, okay, I have a calendar over here. You can't see it because it's behind the lamp. That Beth made. She makes calendars every year. It's really, I hope she's not listening. You can't use it much like a calendar because there's nowhere to write messages or to make notes, but it's beautiful. So I only have it because it's beautiful and I love it and I love her. And a lot of these things that I have around here, that's what they are. They're not useful, but there's something that give me joy. It made me stop and wonder if God takes happiness and joy in his creation. Not the body, because as it brings out, he didn't create the body. We had a lot more to do with that. But with the spirit being, and everything has spirit. So, does he ever just sit back and say, how beautiful this is? I love this. It's so beautiful. I'm sorry. I'm doing it again.
No, you're good, Jean. Yeah, when we talk and hear from spirit on the other side, those loved ones that have already gone over, it's all about the love. It's all about those wonderful, beautiful experiences that we have when we're in the human body or whatever body. It can be an animal too, but whatever experience. And then we bring that with us. And that's what's kept forever. That's what's eternal, is all that beautiful love and unity that we feel. These emotions that we're talking about, the fear, the anger, the guilt, the shame, that's all human emotions. That's all things like we were saying, that our thoughts create those emotions. And so focus on the love. That's what the angels always say. Bring more love into your heart, because that's what you're going to have forever. And so if you can do that, then you are at peace, because your soul already knows that. It's already gotten the memo ahead of time that whatever we catch, whatever we encounter in our lifetime that's loving and kind and peaceful, that's what we're going to take with us. So I love this part. I think this is so important for us to really understand and to grasp this particular passage. And Shoshana just showed up. Hi,
here.
Honey. Yeah.
We didn't say hi to Marlene.
Yeah, she came in, I think, almost from the beginning. Yeah, I typed in hello to her.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah. Well, it is 8:30, so we can stop here. I mean,
no.
we're gonna take our time with this, because there's so much to it. And
so
I think it's important to to really not rush it, and to see what our thought process is with it. So now, is it tomorrow we're taking off, or are we meeting tomorrow?
A meeting tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm not here, but user meeting.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, then. Is Chris joining us tonight?
Thursday.
Yeah, she should be coming in. She just got home.
There she is. Okay.
Yeah.
There she is.
Hi, Chris.
Hi.
Hi, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Okay, so tomorrow we'll pick up there. What was that marker?
7.
No, It was
Oh,
That was
9.8.
oh. Oh yeah, you finished 7, right?
Yeah.
9.7 finished, right? So 9.
Okay. All right. So we'll
yeah.
remember that.
Marks here. I have so many marks on this book. I don't know if I'll be able to know which ones.
My Kindle was talking to me. It's like, do you want to? Do
You
you want to
can't
go to? Do
write
you want to
like
go to your last page read? And I'm like, no, stay where you are. Okay. All right. So we're changing our hats, putting on our peace, bringing more peace into the world hat, and this is chanting for change. So the first chant is on the screen. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Karen, would you share about that, please?
Yes, this is where we're going to chant 3 times slow, and then we'll chant 108 times all together as our beautiful family. Beautiful Auntie Jean will let us know when we get to that magic number. And then beautiful Teri Angel will take us on the experience of freedom, and then we'll go into our second chant. So we declare that all obstacles be removed.
Om
Ganapataye
Pataye Namaha.
We declare that all barriers, conflicts, and violence be removed. Om
Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
We declare that all illusions, illnesses, and allergies be removed.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om 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 Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam
Om Gam Ganapataye
Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om
Om
Gam
Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om
Om
Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
Om Gam
Gam
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
Om Gam
Gam
Ganapataye Namaha. Om
Om
Gam
Gam
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
Om Gam
Gam
Ganapataye Namaha. Om
Om
Gam
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha. Om
Om
Gam
Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha. Om
Om
Gam
Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha. Om
Om
Gam
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om
Om
Gam
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha. Om
Om
Gam
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha. Om
Om
Gam
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Gam Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Gam
Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om
Om
Gam
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Gam
Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha. Om
Om
Gam
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Ganapataye Om
Om
Gam
Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Om
Ganapataye Namaha.
Ganapataye Namaha.
Let's go into our hearts, focusing in on what happened during that chant, which is letting go of any concept of a barrier, an obstacle, anything that can keep us separate, because that is the illusion that we are separated from each other and separated from our Creator. So now the chanters are invited to come back to our breathing so that our collective energy of mindfulness will bring us together as an organism, going as a river with no more separation. Let the whole of the chanters breathe as one body, chant as one body, listen as one body, and transcend the boundaries of a delusive self liberating from the superiority complex, the inferiority complex, and the equality complex. So this next chant brings us really into that so well because it takes us into love. Auntie Jean says it is the chant of love. Others call it the miracle chant. And that chant is Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. It's on the screen. And Karen, would you take us into this chant, please?
Yes. So this is where we're going to chant 3 times slow, and then we'll chant 108 times all together as our beautiful family. Beautiful Auntie Jean will let us know when we get to that magic number. And then beautiful Teri Angel will take us into the next part of our session. So we declare that all are accepting, aligning, allowing, and awake. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
We declare that all are happy and healthy. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. We declare that all live in peace and harmony and are open and ready to receive miracles. Nam Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Nam
Renge
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge,
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Nam
Myoho
Nam
Myoho
Renge,
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
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 Myoho
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 Renge Kyo.
Renge
Renge,
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Myoho,
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Nam
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Nam
Renge,
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Nam
Kyo.
Nam
Myoho,
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
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 Myoho
Myoho,
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
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 Myoho,
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Nam
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Myoho,
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Nam
Renge,
Myoho
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Myoho,
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Myoho,
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Nam
Myoho,
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho,
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Nam
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Myoho,
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Nam
Renge,
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho,
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Renge
Myoho,
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Myoho,
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge,
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge,
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge,
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge,
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho
Myoho
Renge,
Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho
Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. 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 Nam Myoho Renge Nam Myoho
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo. Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge Kyo.
Kyo. Nam
Nam Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo,
Nam
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 Myoho
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 Renge
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo,
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo,
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo,
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge
Nam Myoho
Kyo,
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo, Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo,
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam
Renge
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo,
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo,
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo,
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho Renge Kyo,
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge
Renge Kyo,
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho Renge Kyo,
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo,
Nam
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo,
Nam
Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Let's take that breath back into the heart again. With this chant, our hearts just fill up with love. We really can connect in to our higher power. Connecting into the Creator brings our hearts so full of that love energy because it's the only thing that's real. It's the only thing that's going to last forever. So we give all honor to the Creator. We do this every night by chanting Om 3 times slowly. Om is the cosmic sound for God. So we're calling out the Creator's name when we do this. Just say it reverently and chant it with your heart. And then stay in that heart center because we're going to give that love away. So take a deep breath and let's begin the chanting of Om. Just feel how much more your heart brought in love just by chanting Om. So beautiful and so peaceful. And every night, as a group, as a collective here on Chanting for Change, we send out a wave of energy into the world. We send it out far and wide. Wherever it needs to go, that's where it goes. We have no control over it once we let it go. But we know and we trust and we believe that it's going to hearts that can receive that touch, the hearts of our leaders, the hearts of those who just feel like they have nothing left. They're hopeless and helpless. So we send it out into the world, and we know that love is going to come back into our hearts when we do that. We're always refilled by what we give out. So let's send that together now by taking a deep breath in and showering love, peace, and joy out into our world. Om Shanti Shanti.
Shanti.
Om Peace,
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 Peace.
peace.
May peace prevail on our earth, in our hearts, in our homes, and in our world. Om Shanti.
Peace.
Mm. So beautiful tonight. And then we make this declaration, which Chris is going to count us down so that we can make it all together in unison.
Yes, and I am honored, Mama. I by things and miracles every day too. 1, 2, 3.
We
We declare
declare
That
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 there
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 is
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 peace on
peace
peace
on
earth,
on
earth,
earth
and
and we
we
declare
declare
and
that
that
peace
the
peace
begins
begins
begins.
inside of
inside us.
I
And I
I
choose
I
to
choose
choose to
to
see
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 only
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 light
light
and
light
and
love.
love
love
forever.
forever and
and
ever.
ever.
Amen.
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 Amen. Yes. And we are a group that created a movement, as Auntie Jean would say. And the group is known as
Let
the
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 peace,
peace
Peace
for
for
Peace for
peace,
Peace.
peace.
Yes,
peace.
we are the Peace for Peace. And we've been doing it for 1,374 days now and counting.
Beautiful. And we are the Peace for Peace, but not only us. We have peace for peace all over the world in many, many countries. And not only that, there's other groups that join in with this chanting and do it daily, every day. They wouldn't miss it to bring peace and love to the world and to change, to heighten that vibration, that intensity that we have for loving and being together in union. We have beautiful shining P, Shoshona, with us tonight, and our beautiful miracle P, Marlene. Hi, guys. And here in the room, we have our songstress, our beautiful songstress P, Karen, and our sweet P, Chris.
Hello,
She's in
everyone.
charge of the animals. So
Yes,
she
I'm
loves
bringing Coco over here.
Coco's there?
Yeah.
Oh, how nice. I love Coco.
Yes, he is the frequent dog.
She is. And we have our
She is.
charming, she is, our charming, magnificent Charlie. And we have our beautiful Mama P. Is Her Majesty here? Oh, I couldn't see your crown, Your Majesty. I'm sorry. And she's here. And for all of those who don't know what we're talking about, we are the Peas for Peace because we're all in the same pod. And that pod grows closer every day. And if you want to be a pea, we're going to say it in song. They're a pea and we're a pea.
Mm.
And everybody, wouldn't you
Wouldn't
like
you
Would
to
you
like
like
be
to
to
a
be a
be a
P
P2?
pea
Me
too? And you're more than welcome. And we're so glad you're here with us tonight. And, you know, we put out peace and love at least twice a day. Most of us walk around just trying to put it out every minute of every day, but we have two special times, this one, and we have one at 1:11 p.m. Eastern Time every day, and it's a meditation. And we join with everyone who comes in and everyone who has the heart to wish for peace and love in the world, all the unions, all the spirit beings, everybody, because you know what? We are all one. And we put all of our energy together, sending out peace and love into the world and reaching the hearts of our leaders so that when they make their decisions, they know that that is what is needed. peace and love, and only that. So we would love for you to join us at 111. It's at 10 million for peace, which is not scrolling under the bottom. What is scrolling? Wouldn't you like to be a Pichu? There it is. 10
Yeah.
million for
Peace.
worldpeace.org. And there's so many beautiful things happening because of that group. So I'm going to let the Queen tell you about that. So, Your Majesty, please take over.
Thank you, Auntie Jean. Yes, it is a new movement that began a little over a year ago now, and it's called 10 Million for World Peace. You can go to our website, you can go to the Facebook page, YouTube. They're all named the same thing, 10 Million for World Peace. And when you sign up with us to be a part of 10 Million for World Peace, you'll receive a recording of a meditation that I did for us all about bringing more peace inside to us on the inner part of us, so we can have that outer peace. And every day we meet, like Jean said, 1:11 p.m. Eastern, and we do a short 7-minute meditation. Once a month, the first Saturday of each month, we do a healing circle. But you have to sign up for that because it's not online. It's a private Zoom meeting. And that's it. And we keep on keeping on and just listening to Spirit to see what the next thing is for us. And we just put it out there and see what happens. And this is a beautiful mission that people have gotten behind and supported. And so we keep doing it every day. So that's that. We thank you all for being here with us tonight. What a blessing. This whole night has been so miraculous. Thank you for being here. We love you so much. Thank you for your support and for your support of world peace. And with that, we're going to say goodnight and leave you with
Namaste.
Namaste, y'all. Bye, everyone.
Bye, Mama.
Love you.
Love you too.
Good night, Gracie, wherever
Good
you
night,
are.